Okay, this is going to be a wine update. I began this initially and I popped the top open and I wasn't sure what was going on. So I decided to do a little investigation using the zoom on the phone cam as a magnifier. And so when I pop this off, you're going to see some stuff floating in the top around the edges. As far as I can tell, these are undissolved yeast um, because I watched them for quite a few minutes here and nothing moved. Like I dipped some out, put them on a dark surface and watched, and these little light things did not move. So I believe that they are, in fact, undissolved yeast. So I'm going to pop the top, give you a little show, then I'm going to stop the video because I've got to divvy out a little bit of wine here. And because the temperature's low enough here that I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of fly business because I'm really trying to keep them out, but I'm not trying to move this too much or take it outside. So quick view inside. As you can see, it is fizzing. There is plant matter still floating around, and you can see even just in the top being open now there's a little hair, so that's something I got to get out. So it's doing good. The stuff I've tried in the bottles so far has been really excellent, and I'll talk about it in a moment. Okay, so if this goes as I'm trying to have it be, you will have already seen me mention and show the wine and mention the fact that I'd seen something floating in it, and then I'm going to include a segment of stabilized video that kind of shows the boy, they came out once I smelled it. That basically shows these little light colored things that I'd seen floating around at the edges. They're all about the same size. They're not. They don't move. I could tell when I found larvae in the other old wine that they were larvae, and this was not really like that. So I dipped a little bit out. I used a black Folgers plastic lid and kind of let the wine lay out on it and look to see if anything was crawling around or squirming or whatever. Because the larvae that I found in the old wine were quite large. They were, more than an eighth of an inch, and these were far smaller. So I'll have some footage of that, and then this. So first thing I'm going to show is this is a bottle that I had pulled a couple of weeks ago. I refrigerated it for a few hours, and then I brought it home and drank a little bit. And I've had a few drink sessions off of this, a glass at a time or two, and may be able to see that there is some silt gathering in the bottom there. So this is settling a little bit, clearing up a little, but it's not very clear. So this one, I left the lid on. And it was with the lid on for over a week, and it certainly is sparkling. In this small container, now you can see a little bit of the fizz up happening in there. So this is still fermenting, but there's really not a lot of sugar left. There's a little bit. It's not totally dry, but most of that brown sugar has fermented. This last I drank a couple of days ago was quite tasty. Now it still needs to sit and mellow, but the flavor on it was really good. So this is the bottle that I just pulled. This is going to go to a friend, and I'm going to sample a little bit off of it first, just to make sure before I go handing them a bottle of something that I haven't verified. I did sanitize this bottle with superheated water out of the microwave, and then cooled the thing down with the tap. You can see there, nice and dark, very full. And I'm not gonna have too much. I'm just gonna kind of give it a little sip, make sure it doesn't taste funky. You can taste that there's something ain't supposed to be in there, so we will see. So let's take a look at it. Nice burgundy color. As I suspected, the large amount inside the bucket with its less movement and completely different. The thermal energy with volumes is a wild thing. A small bottle takes very little to cool or to heat, and a large amount takes quite a bit more. So this I expect to be a little bit sweeter, a little bit less alcoholic, but it still smells pretty strong. Just the tip of the tongue. Smells raisiny. Mm. Mm. Okay. Still some unfermented brown sugar of the dark variety, but most of it's gone. The honey is still there, but the mead-like quality that this took on will probably take a little bit of aging in this bottle. Hmm. Quite dry, actually. Much more raisiny than that one. I didn't put raisins in this, by the way, just the dried ones. But this one is definitely. I think the noble rot has been fermented in this more so than in that one. This almost numbs the tip of my tongue. That's actually fairly dry. Wow. Okay, so I guess I'm probably racking this weekend, or on these days off here, into the clear bottle and let it settle. It's very acidic. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to. Okay, there's a bit of the mead coming in, fading out a raisin. Okay. Mm. It's so much drier than I thought it would be. All right, so I'm going to clear this out, and then I'm going to turn the video back on and sample some of this other one to compare. I got to cleanse my palate first. Okay, back with a clean glass. I suppose, thinking about it, what might have happened here, and I bet this is probably what it is, because of the floaties, because this is an ongoing fermentation, I would say that maybe the sugar has sunk to the bottom, and what is at the top is mostly alcohol. So this that I've dipped off the top is a little sharp. I think that might be what that is, because it's not done fermenting the sugar. Clearly, from the flavor of it, it is not done fermenting the sugar. So, and I stirred it real good afterward, but the last time I cracked it open to check on it, I realized that the fifth that I took out did not take it down far enough to make it easier to bubble out. So that's got to be what it is. That is a very dry. It's not a sherry quite, but it is an extremely dry wine. So the stir will mix up any sugars in the rest of it. All right, so this has been at room temperature inside a cupboard and has been sparkled, but I think it's no longer sparkling. Color's about the same. This is settled a little bit more in the bottle. The honey is much more present. Oh yeah, that's way more meaty, way less raisiny. All right, so I just took all the booze off the top, apparently. Not all the booze, mind you. And that thing is still going. That's so much smoother. That is so much smoother. So, yeah, I think it's racking time on my next days off. And once I get that I got to figure out where I'm going to store that so that I can let it sit. And then it's got to be a place that is safe to siphon off of. And I might do it out here, but I don't know. But I'll be able to I'm going to keep it covered, I think. And then like with a box, and then I'll be able to pull the box up and check on the silting progress. But I don't want it exposed to UV. That's kind of the thing, is you don't want your wine exposed to ultraviolet light. That's why wine bottles are typically not clear. If you are getting clear wine bottles, it's because that wine is so chemically fortified with other things that it's got preservatives. Wine should not have preservatives. That tastes really good. Really, really good. And I think this other one, once it's had a chance to cool, this is active yeast too. So once it's had a chance to kind of chill out, I don't know. We'll see see how dry it is. It might have been a mistake not to stir it first, but I didn't want the floaties. I wasn't filtering anything. So, yeah, but this is a macerated wine. I've removed all of the grape husks and everything, but it was a coarse strainer that I used. I haven't used anything finer. I'm kind of waiting for anything else that needs to be pulled out, floating to the top. We find a way to do that, and anything in the bottom that's sunk in that we will siphon away from. And this clear 5-gallon jug will make that easier. So that's what I got here. I guess I got to get this all edited. But that is the wine update for the 19th of October, 2025.